All right, I've started recording this session, so I'm recording directly to my computer for this session. This is the comp1000. We're going to be covering, going over SAM, going to be covering Microsoft Word, and as far as the first projects that we're going to be starting is going to be Microsoft Word, and then you're going to do a couple of weeks in Word, and you're going to do, I think it's about a week in Word, and then you're going to switch over to PowerPoint and then Excel. So it's important that you get this tonight. If you please take notes, please make sure that you kind of make sure that you understand, and even if you don't, it's okay. I want to make sure that everyone kind of gets this. I'm going to switch over and I'm going to share my screen with everyone, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of as far as the assignment, what you're going to do as far as starting to work on the assignment, how you're going to complete the assignment, and where you're going to find all of the information for the assignment. So I'm going to share this screen. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Y'all can give me a thumbs up in the chat. It's fine.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So just like you've been doing in Blackboard, as far as where you're going to do your assignments, it's all within Blackboard, and you'll click those links from Blackboard for each assignment, because I think I've said this prior. There's more assignments listed in MindTap than shows up. If you go to MindTap and you start going through MindTap, you'll see more assignments, but those assignments are not required for this class. They're just out there and already created as far as MindTap. All right, so for this week, if you saw the announcements, we're going to start with week 7, and you're going to start in MindTap, and you're going to work on Microsoft Module 1 SAM textbook project. And then you're going to do a third assignment, or a second assignment, which is SAM end of module project 1, and then module 1 SAM project A. A couple of notes that I need you guys to understand and take is that you see the 3 projects there, and the first one that's listed is the textbook project. You'll need to do that project first before you do the other 2 projects. And as I go through and show you those other projects, you'll kind of understand, hopefully, the reason why. So I'm going to go back to lessons. I'm going to click my link. If you guys want to follow along, it might be helpful for you. I'm going to click on the Microsoft Word Module 1. So you guys have been doing the videos, you've been watching and reading the information based on should be Windows and the computer concepts, kind of learning about different things. So now we're going to switch over to actually doing projects for the class. So it's a little bit, it kind of, as you know, as week 7 approaches that we're in now, the assignments are going to get a little harder. And the reason why is you're going to have to start working on these projects, and these are actually hands-on projects that you're going to be completing. So the first one is Microsoft Module 1 SAM textbook project. So if you click that link, it should redirect you to MindTap.
Mr. Garcia,
Yes.
do we need to do the student data files before we do
the student data files are out there. I would say no, because the actual SAM projects and stuff, they offer you the file that's within there. If you need those student files, I will let you know as far as the projects. But like I said, they're putting the files out there, and I'll show you. So you should come to this screen here. Hold on a second. Let me shut this door, y'all. All right, and also got to watch my time, so we only have 50 minutes. All right, so you should come to this screen here. Now, let me just say this, and if you're using anything other than a Windows or Mac computer, it's not going to work correctly. So if you're using a Chromebook, you're going to have problems here on this starting out with these assignments, because Chrome, as far as downloads and the way you complete the assignments, it's not going to let you do that. Now, as far as before doing all the videos and stuff, it probably let you get by with using the Chrome, but starting from this moment, you're going to have either a Mac or Windows computer. Because the Chrome is not compatible, and those that are using a Mac is probably going to tell you that it's not compatible. But just let me know that you're using a Mac and do the best you can with completing the steps and everything, and then go ahead and submit it and let me know. But a couple things: you need to make sure you have Microsoft Office, and that comes part of your student email accounts that you guys have. You can download Microsoft Office using that email account that West Georgia Tech offers you. A couple things: you get 3 submissions, and the max is 3. So that meaning is you can do this assignment 3 times and get full credit. Now, when you submit it the first time and you see the mistakes that you make, you can go back and correct that document and resubmit that assignment a second time. Again, you can download the report sheet once you do that. Correct the mistakes to get the highest grade you can. And this, as far as your grade, will be the highest grade that you have from within those 3 submissions. So you can do the assignment 3 times. You only have to do 1 file. You can just correct each time that file the mistakes that you made. So just want to make sure I brought that to your attention. So you click Start. With this page here, it brings you to your project and the files and stuff that you need for the project. So the first link, which is reading, that's going to, when you click that link, it takes you to the actual book. Used to, everyone got a paper book. Now it's all electronic. So when you click it, this window will appear. If you have your pop-ups turned on, it's probably not. It's going to block it from opening. But this is kind of your book here, and this is how you're going to be going through completing the assignment. So this is your book, and this is the project. This picture right here is your project. This is what you're going to be submitting. But now you cannot copy this picture and do the flyer on your own. You have to follow the steps in the book. So I'm gonna pull this down. I'm gonna minimize it, and this start file right here, this is going to be the file that you're going to work out of as far as doing the assignment. So if you click it, it should download. You should see it pop up here, and a lot of times it goes in your downloads folder on your computer when you click it. Now Macs, you may have to tell it where to download, or it should automatically go to the downloads folder on the Mac. But you need to make sure that you click that link to download the file. This third file is an actual picture that you're going to have for this assignment as well, because you're going to import this picture, or you're going to insert this picture into this flyer that you're creating. Because like I said, if you saw the picture earlier, it has, or this earlier, it has a picture in here. So you're going to be formatting this picture to look exactly like that. So that's the actual file. So you were asking earlier about the student data file. Well, that data file contains, it has the pictures and stuff needed for the file, but you don't have to, because it's provided to you within this page. All right, so once you've downloaded the file, you're going to open it up, and you're going to click Edit, because you want to edit this file. So this file is located in your downloads folder, or wherever you tell it to save it. Now I'm going to have to sign in real quick on my computer for this office to be valid, because it's not going to let me do anything if I don't. So my account is chris.garcia@westgatech.edu. This is I downloaded Office prior, and so I'm using my account to activate the software. So you'll have to do the same things or the similar thing on your computer as far as your Microsoft Office stuff. So you have your file that you've created. A couple things just to show you a little tip here. If you want to work in your file and have the reading material open, if you grab it at the top and you hold your left mouse clicker, if you hold it down, you can drag it. If you can drag one side and it snaps to half the screen, and then if you can bring your reading material and it snaps to the other half. So you can work here, and then you can also flip through your reading material. All right, so a couple things. So since you've opened up your book, and it should take you to this first page starting out. So if you flip through the first 5 pages for this Word document or this Word module, it's just kind of showing you this is kind of all the tools and everything. The actual project itself doesn't start, I think, until page 5, which is here. So before, I think these first couple of pages prior to this, it just has you adjusting all of your page to start on your flyer. Again, it's just telling you what all of these tools here means as far as using Microsoft Word. It shows you the layout, kind of what you want as far as, it needs to be normal. The margins needs to be normal, which should already be defaults, as far as settings wise. All right, so the first step that you're going to be working and completing, and it tells you here, it says type, wash your hands. So that's going to be your step. So if you see these little orange arrows here, these are your steps as far as completing the project. So when you're going through these assignments and these projects for the textbook project only, you'll see these orange points all the way through, and that's your steps that you're going to be doing and completing in your Word document. So the first one is wash your hands, exclamation. That's your first step. That's what it tells you to type. If you'll look here, you got 3 words that you've typed, page 1, and then this is your grammar and your spelling. Move on to step 2. You're going to hit enter, and you see your insertion point. All right, you're going to move on to the next step, step 1. And it tells you, it says click view on the ribbon to display the view tab. You're going to click view. And you're going to page width. And it may not show you all of it. You may have to open it all up in order to view the entire document. So if you do page width, that just changes your view. It tells you to change your percentage to, what is that, 157? But it should tell you all of that through these steps. And it's just kind of showing you in figure 119. So keep moving on through your assignment. If you go back to the home tab, and I know I'm going fast, but that's just because of the sake of time. So if you click this, like it's showing you here in the figure 120, that button there shows you where you've hit space and shows you where you've hit enter. All right, you're going to keep moving. Make sure that you follow these steps. And like I said, I'm moving pretty fast. So again, it's going to tell you where you've hit enter, and then you're going to type the next line. So washing your hands with soap and water can decrease outbreaks of food. And if if within these documents there's stuff that's misspelled, they did that on purpose because they're going to have you change the stuff later. So don't worry about if it is misspelled from within the, if it shows you type it this way, you're going to type it the way it's listed. Food. All right. So now I'm not going through this entire assignment with you because I don't have enough time on this video chat. So I'm going to kind of skip ahead. So you're going to go through and you're going to complete all of these assignments or all of these steps throughout this module. So it's going to have you type more, and it's got it here. Kind of keep moving on and just following these steps. So when you get to the end of the assignment, I think it wants you to print it. You don't have to print it unless you just want to print it. I'm not taking paper copies of this, so it's okay. And you should be complete now. I don't know exactly what page it ends on, but I know kind of what I'm expecting. All right, so now that you have your document complete, now I think it has you save this, the correct file name, but a couple places that I want you to be aware of is, all right, so you're on this screen, you completed, and you're going to click continue. Now on this page here where it shows you to upload the assignment, you got to save the assignment the way it wants you to save it. You cannot just submit this assignment with any file name. The software or this particular thing is looking for this file name. The information that I've got highlighted on the screen, that's what it's expecting. So you can do a couple things. You can go and click Save As. You can browse. You can, if you want to leave it in the downloads folder, I'm fine with that. Or if you want to put it in the documents folder, for just to show you tonight, I'm going to put it in the documents folder. Now you can type this in, which is fine. You can do SC, and it has to be exactly like that. So if it's capitalized, it's got to be capitalized. If it's lowercase, then it's got to be lowercase. So you can type it in. Wash hands flyer formatted underscore, and then your name, and then you don't have to do the docx. It's fine. You can click save. If you want to do something faster, you can do save as. You can come over here and highlight the name, copy it. When I right clicked on it and I went to copy, and then you can right click and paste. Well, let's do this again. Copy. Paste. I did Control V, if you were wondering. And then click Save. So now I'm going to submit this assignment. It's not going to grade me and give me 100 because I didn't complete the entire assignment. So just an FYI, when you do this assignment, you've got to complete every one of the tasks that's in that reading portion of the module. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to upload the document. So I'm going to click the drag and drop. I'm going to go to my documents folder here on the left side. It should be here. I'm going to find my document, which is here. I'm going to click open. And so when I do that, I should see a green arrow beside my name. Now, the biggest thing that a lot of people have issues with is they don't have the correct file name that's listed. So let me do this. I'm going to back out. I'm going to click back, continue. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click the document. I'm going to click open. So do you see this right here where it gives you an error on uploading the assignment? If you get that and you email me and say, well, I can't submit the assignment, what's the error showing? Well, it shows red. You know what I'm going to tell you? Your file name is incorrect. You've got to make sure that the file name matches this here. It's got to match this right here. And that's going forward. That's going to be on every document that you submit from now on. It's got to match that file name. All right, so I'm going to go back to document. I'm going to click the assignment, and I'm going to click open and click submit. Now, this is not going to take long at all. I mean, it may spin for a few minutes, but once you've completed that and you submitted it, it's going to grade that automatically. Couple things you can click the graded summary report, and it will download. You can download the Word document where you've worked on the assignment. If you'll see here, this gives you a breakdown of everything that you missed. So if you say, I'm having problems, I don't understand, well, have you looked at your report? Well, I don't even know where to find my report. Well, I showed you where to find your report. Go through your report and go through each one of these sections, and it shows you what you've missed on it. Now, a couple of things. If you mess up on one thing, then chances are it's going to throw other parts of your document off. So if you've misspelled a word, it's going to throw a few sections off. So you're going to have to go back in and check it. If you've misspelled the word and you think it looks right, fix it and then resubmit your assignment. But just make sure that you're looking at everything when you submit it. You fix all of these issues. So if you see I've only got 2 out of 100 completed on the assignment, well, that's just because I only typed 2 things in the document. So I'm not sure what the grade is, but it doesn't really matter because I have a lot of stuff that I need to fix on that assignment. Now, when you're working on the assignment, if you'll scroll down, you see here this is the document. Don't correct the don't correct the stuff here. You need to go back to this document and fix it here. This is just a report. You cannot upload this document and expect it to grade it. So you have to fix it here. So what you'll do is fix it here and then resubmit the assignment. All right, so it's again, I don't want to run out of time, so I want to go ahead and get to everything that I want to talk to you tonight about. So if you have any questions with this part, I know it seems a lot, but I just ask you to try it and work on the project this week as far as the textbook project. Now, the difference is in the other 2 assignments is the way the documents you download. So this first assignment had it did not have any content in it whatsoever. You had to create that flyer from scratch. So the second assignment, which is Word Module 1 SAM Textbook Project, so if you click the link in Blackboard, it should take you over to Cengage. It's going to have a similar screen, and it's going to be a similar project. The projects normally, as far as the textbook project, has nothing in it. You create it from scratch as far as you following the step-by-steps from within the book. The second project and even the third project that you're going to do, they're going to already have the document created for you. Hold on, I think I still have that one thing open. Let me close it. Let me go back in and click this again. Must be clicking the wrong thing. Hold on. Yeah, I was clicking the wrong link. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so again, Word Module 1, SAM End of Module Project 1. So click Start. Looks similar. Again, you'll have 3 files that you can download. Now, not all of them have 3. Most of them only have 2, which is it either has your reading part for the project or your instruction file. Again, click this file over here. Now, this is not like the first project. It doesn't open up like a reading assignment or like your book. This is an instruction file, so you need to download it. You don't have to enable, but I just do it out of habit. So this here, if you'll look through this, when you click on this document, it's going to give you the instructions on completing the next assignment. Now for this one, it goes ahead and tells you how to submit the project. This is the file name that it wants, or this is the file name that when you download it, it's going to give it. This here is the file name that you're going to upload here. Now the difference in these two files is a 1 and a 2. So the downloaded file is a 1 and you're going to change it to a 2. So here, go back to this page, click on the file. You're also going to need the picture. So when you open the assignment, you'll notice the flyer is almost created for you, but it's not the complete file, because if you come here to the instructions and you scroll down, this is what the flyer should look like when you're ready to submit the assignment. So once you go through these steps here that it shows you, so step 1, you work in the administrative support department of Associated Regional Hospital and are creating a flyer about upcoming safety workshops. Change the document theme colors to blue and warm. So again, go through and you got to set and format this flyer up. So once you completed this flyer, you're going to do the same thing. If you'll go through where you've downloaded, you can click Save As, Browse. Now on this document, as I said earlier, the name of the file is already kind of set, so you'll change it from a 1 to a 2 and click Save. Now again, that went into my Downloads folder, so I didn't move it. Once you've got that assignment complete and you've gone through all the steps and you have it corrected and it looks like this, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click Continue. Click here. Locate your document. For instance, if I click Open, that's the wrong document because the file name doesn't match. I'm going to click back here. There's the file name. Click Open. Click Submit. It downloads it, or it grades it for me, and I'm going to click the grading summary, and I'm going to open it up. And I didn't get anything right because I didn't do anything in that. So go back in once you're confident that you've completed the assignment and you've fixed all your issues. You can come back here. I hope this works. I don't know how you navigate through yours, but mine's a little different because I have the instructor side. Let's just go back to the link from Blackboard. So it should tell me, it's not, but it should tell you how many submissions that you have left. So the max number of submissions is 3. The number of submissions you should have, if you've submitted one time, it should show you one. You have 2 more submissions. So, but again, you can go back through it to upload that assignment. So now that we've kind of went through that, I know it's a lot to take in, and that's why I'm recording this to make sure you'll have something that you can go back and reference and everything. Now, a couple of things. It is Monday the 22nd. Next week, we will be in class unless something changes, unless you guys get an email from the school-wise saying that we're going to continue online, but I don't foresee us doing that. We're going back to in-class, so we will be in class next Monday at 3:30, and we will go to 5:15. So we should be in 707. I think that's the class that we're going to be in. There's a lot of other stuff that I want to kind of go over, but just for time's sake, I'm not going to get on that just yet. But again, if you have any questions about submitting the assignments, listen, the assignments itself, I mean, for me, they're easy. It's the getting to them, downloading them, working on the file, and submitting them. That's what a lot of students have problems doing. So I just want to make sure, and this is why it's important to be in this meeting, is to show you how to submit the assignments, because like I said, it changed from you just watching and reading and listening to the videos and going through the stuff that is within MindTap. So you're actually going to be working on assignments and projects now. All right. So does anybody have anything you want to ask real quick for me before we jump off? Because I'm about to expire time on this.
Yeah, so on the file name, when we save the file, do we put your name or our name?
No, yeah, it's going to be your name, not my name.
Okay.
It'll show you, so like when you're within MindTap, it's not going to have my name listed. It's going to have your name. So that's why I was saying you can copy and paste that file name. So like I said, if you go to start and you look here, it's going to have your name because this is your account. So it will have everyone's name there listed. But like when I click the link, it's taking me to my account in MindTap. Oh, I didn't show you the screen, did I? Let me show you the screen real quick. So here is what I was saying. It should have your name, like where I've got mine highlighted. Your name should be in the place of that. Okay, anything else? Anybody got anything other than this they want to ask?
And also, how do we obtain, you said that we could get a Word subscription through the school. We just log into our email, or we do that through Word and put our school email in?
Well, I mean, technically you're going to download it through Microsoft. So, so if you go to your email account, for instance, this is mine here. All right, so if you click here, you can click on like Microsoft Word, and if you don't have it, it'll launch, but you want to download it. You don't want to do it within the web version of this. You actually want to download the document stuff. Let me see if there's another little way to get there.
When I did mine, I went through the email and it's let me download everything with one download. The Word, the PowerPoint, everything was downloaded at one time.
Yeah, it will do that. So as long as, any way you can find out, did you click a link? There it is, install Office. Okay, so
Yeah.
if you go through and click the little dots here and you click on Office 365, you should see here in the screen where it says install Office, you'll click on Office 365 apps, and that will give you the latest version of this.
Okay, thank y'all. I'm new to all this, so.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's a good question. I mean, I've always done this, and I always have to find that same thing because I get that same question constantly. Because I'm always trying to think, all right, so when I'm looking at the screen and I'm putting myself in your shoes, what are the issues that I'm trying to have? So that's a good question. So anything else? All right, everyone, I will see you next Monday in class. Like I said, unless they send something out and say we're going to stay online. So, all right, guys, y'all have a good evening.
You too. Thank you, sir. You too.
You're welcome.